What is the forecast according to Bazi Chinese astrology for the last week of April? Let's take a look, friends. Welcome. My name is Lydia Griffith. This is the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese astrology channel. On this channel, I often like to read the charts of famous people. I think it helps us to better understand our own astrology and our own lives. So welcome again. Somebody had requested, and I probably more than one person requested that I do shorts for each day of the week to help you out. So I'm going to attempt to do that this week and see how that goes. I usually put out 2 videos a week. I have to say I haven't quite decided on what the second video is going to be as of me recording this at this now moment. So we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. But let's just start with the week ahead. I am coming off of leading a 5-day retreat with 2 women here at my home. And I'm tired. I will just say it straight up. And that's great when we can identify how we're feeling, all right? So I am a master Bazi astrologer, also called 4 Pillars. And I'm also a Feng Shui consultant. And I have been doing this work since 2002, a long, long time. And I have clients all over this beautiful planet. And that's a beautiful gift. If you don't have your Bazi astrology, go into the description. It's time to get yours done, friends, so that this reading that I do weekly can really land on a more personal note for you. Because what this is our collective, which certainly we do feel and measure, but really comes home when you know your 4 pillars. So here we go. This week of April 21st, all right, I will say, when we looked at last week felt so much lighter, I will say, in general. So as we head into this Monday, the 21st, we are hit immediately with a yang metal monkey. That's double yang metal, and feels very heavy. It's also, the monkey is in a semi-penalty with our year of the snake. And so what does that mean? It feels, the thing I wrote down was something breaks, okay? So it feels like a rupture. And I have to also remind you, maybe not remind you, but just let you know, part of my readings is deeply intuitive. It is accepting the messages that come in without question. And I think that there are more of us that have this ability than we realize. We just don't give permission to the channel to be open, right? You might sense things and then immediately dismiss them. So Monday is something feels ruptured, something breaks. It feels as if a day to be very cautious with any travel that you do, being very careful not to sign any big contracts or make any big purchases. It's a day to just take an extra step back and caution. Then we have, and I believe that's Easter Monday for many people. It's a holiday, which is great. Just take it easy, sit back. Because that's the medicine of knowing astrology, is how do we adapt to it so that if it's a tough day, we respond by not doing as much. The next day is a yin metal rooster. So now it's a little bit of a lighter metal feeling in its yin expression. And it's like somebody's calling you out. Somebody is calling somebody out for the shit show that happened on Monday. So there's almost like a reckoning on Tuesday. It's a time to speak the truth and to stand up and take your stage, whatever that stage is for you. And also to say, hey, that got broken, but I have the skills to have fixed it and to make this better. So, not only it is a day to speak up, but to also say, if you have the skills, show them. Now, there's repercussions because then we hit Wednesday, the 23rd, when we have a Yang Water Dog Day. And the dog is the enemy of the month of the dragon that we are in here in April 2025. And this is justice banging up against the leaders. This feels really combative. And given the climate of the politics and the government situation in the United States, this feels like, wow, this is almost like the Supreme Court or the judicial system challenging the President of the United States and his administration. That is a perfect example of a dog-dragon conflict, okay? Interesting. We're then going to come into Thursday. This is not an easy week, friends. Just saying. You get the feel of this, right? So Thursday, the 24th, is a yin water pig. The pig is the enemy of our year of the snake. So now we have another conflicted day. And this feels like a day to really pull back, amp up your self-care, get out in nature, and rest. Pull back hard on Thursday because it feels like the continuum of this week is really challenging all of us. And so even on Tuesday, we've got to be careful that our words aren't inflammatory, that our actions aren't retaliatory, right? And then we pay for it the rest of the week. Watch your ego. Watch how you comment. Watch how you respond. Friday gets a little easier. Now we have a yang wood rat. This is where the people gather. This is a rally cry. This is also adding it up, looking at the financial situation, looking at the books, maybe figuring out how you're going to pay that tax bill. I'm in that boat. But yeah, it's all the things having to do with finances and also with gathering with a crowd, gathering with a group of people. So I would almost say it's a great night for a social gathering. Saturday feels like we're all mowing the lawn again. That's what it feels like. The 26th is a hard working day. We've got a yin earth ox. So there's a lot of earth in the feeling of just that earthy heaviness. We're also in Taurus season, very earthy. It's a great time also to get into the garden. And if you don't have a space for a garden, get little pots and have a raised garden. You can grow herbs in your kitchen window. You can also go and see flowers, go to parks and enjoy the beauty of the earth. It's another great expression of that. So again, Friday and Saturday feel really lovely. But then we reach Sunday, which is a yang fire tiger forming a semi-fire penalty with the snake. And here it kind of gets bumpy. This feels argumentative. It can feel like, excuse me, it can feel kind of like, argumentative, accident prone. Maybe you're not feeling so well. Maybe the culmination of the stress of the week has just gotten to you. And in our comments, we've been for the last couple of months now I've been giving you something to think about, right? And really and truly, when we have these challenging astrologies, it's a great time to reevaluate where you are in your life, right? So how about for this week, recognize what is my greatest challenge and how can I overcome it? So put that in the description. What is your current greatest challenge and how can you overcome it? Okay. So we all have many. It's like, oh, wow, how do I pick? But again, this is personal. This is just about you. And that really is the messaging that I have been putting out on this channel this year, is when we are confronted with challenges in the country in which we live and sometimes within our own homes, in our own lives, when we're faced with challenge, how do we respond? And I can tell you what degrades people, what pulls us down, is chaos and fear. And the most important thing then is to not give in to that, but instead to rally yourself. And even on a really rough week, like the one we're heading into, to recognize that what is being asked of us is to simply love ourselves harder, sweeter, and with greater awareness. To check in with yourself throughout your day and ask yourself, how am I feeling? And if you're not feeling good, look where you are and ask yourself why you've put yourself there. And then ask yourself, is there anything I can do to improve this situation, even if it requires a bold, daring, courageous decision? Okay? Now, given this kind of astrology, would I say pull the trigger on quitting your job or your relationship or your whatever? No. But it is a great time to journal about it. It's a great time to pray or meditate about it. It's a great time to make a plan of how to make that change in your life. So as we are faced with challenges, the most optimistic, lifting, elevating thing to do is to dream in real, tangible ways of how you can remedy the situation. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this is helpful and inspirational. And until next time, friends, be well.